Cancer Society of New Zealand and Movember have worked together now for 3 years, and we're very close to the fourth year. It's been a wonderful relationship, and men's health in New Zealand has greatly benefited from the beneficial arrangements that we have with Movember. The money is split between two organisations in New Zealand, the Cancer Society and the Mental Health Foundation. And we have cooperated jointly to utilise some of those funds, but the Cancer Society has a very exhaustive program with the funds that are raised. Well, the Cancer Society spends the money that we receive from Movember in 3 different areas. The first area is into research for prostate cancer, and we have 3 very significant projects in the prostate cancer research field at the moment, and one of them, in fact the most recent one, is looking at the effect of exercise on cancer survivors. It's been shown that people are a little hesitant to take an exercise regime on after they've had cancer, and we're looking at the benefits of them doing so. So that's rather exciting. And the other 2 projects are close to fruition, and we could not have done any of it without the funding from Movember. The second area of where we utilise the Movember funding is in projects around New Zealand. The Cancer Society has 22 offices around the countryside, and the money that we put up into men's health is contestable. And it's amazing how we've been able to identify projects that are worthy of funding that will help men's health all over the countryside. Some of the more isolated areas in the east coast of New Zealand, this is an area predominantly Maori, and we have been very, very pleased with the results that we've been getting out of these isolated or smaller parts of New Zealand. The third area where we spend the funding is in the national initiatives, and the major national initiative at the moment is the Can Work program. This is a program, a couple of blokes, like so many things start in New Zealand, a couple of blokes were having a conversation, both of them were cancer survivors, and they identified the issues that they'd had on their journey. So what they did was they helped our Cancer Society people come up with a program that could be taken into the workplace. And it's been absolutely a roaring success. It was funded initially by Movember, so I wouldn't have got off the ground if we hadn't have had that funding. And now, this coming week, we have 28, I guess you would call them ambassadors, coming to be trained on how to deliver that program in the workplace. And we think this is going to be a star in the whole area of men's health in New Zealand. One of the successes we had last year with the Movember campaign was the introduction of an ambassador. And we were very fortunate to get the services of John Macbeth, a well-known commentator and good guy, and he has been the ambassador for the Cancer Society. His mission is to drive men all over New Zealand to the Movember website, get them to sign up. He's the guy who goes into businesses and opens the door, and then we follow up with all the resources from the Movember organisation and the Cancer Society to make sure that the campaign is going to be a success. We did so well last year that we've given John the job again, and we're looking for even bigger things this coming year. Now, while I know growing a moustache in the month of November is not everybody's cup of tea, and probably many marriages will have a discussion about it, and many daughters and sons will be looking at their father with perhaps a bit of concern. But I really would ask all men in New Zealand to do 3 things. The first one is to sign up to the Movember campaign. The second one is to grow a moustache for the month of November. And the third one is to actually make sure that you raise funds. Otherwise, much of the effort is going to be wasted. It's not a bad experience growing a moustache, and I'd commend it to you for this year.